Hello, hello, all of my brown-eyed beauties. We are going to do a makeup look for brown eyes today, and I'm really excited about this one because I think I I really love it, and these aren't colors that I normally would pair together. So I'm really excited to jump in with you guys with that. And before we get started, I want to remind you to take a before and after picture, and so after you get your after picture, I will have a survey link for you to submit it. So just let me know after you have a chance to watch it. I know some people are hopping on live and then some people are going to be watching the replay for this. And so just a couple of tips for your selfies when you're taking your before and after pictures is to make sure you get your whole face, okay, and make sure that it's like good lighting. And so I have a ring light. However, you don't need a ring light. You can just stand in front of a window or your door or step outside. You can have somebody take your picture or you can take it yourself in selfie form, okay? And try to have a relaxed expression. And you can take a couple of you smiling, some of you just relax, like relaxed face. And then for your after, I would even suggest like take a picture like with your eyes closed so that you can see like your eye makeup at the same time. And if you are going to take a selfie, you can do it straight on, or you can just lift it a little bit and then turn it just slightly to like a little bit of an angle if you want to. Okay. You can like angle it down, you can angle it like 45 degrees if you want to. So just play around with it and you can take, take a couple so you can pick the best ones that you want. Another just like quick tip would be try to avoid like busy backgrounds, but it's not a big deal if that's all you have. So, what you'll need is your makeup bag. And if you have like brushes to apply your makeup, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just use the applicators. And then you might need like a cotton ball and some Q-tips just for like some cleanup. But again, you might not need those. So those would just kind of be like maybe. So I want to start out with saying like you should start with a clean face. Okay. So your makeup game will never be a 10 if your skincare game is a 2. Okay. So all makeup looks better when it's just on a healthy, like well cared for canvas. And so long game. You do want to have a consistent skincare regimen, and that is going to be like those first steps to that flawless face. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and jump in, and we're going to start with your CC cream. Okay. So CC cream, it provides 8 benefits in one, and it will deliver kind of a natural but like glowy finish to your skin. And it'll even out your skin tone. But I find that most people who love the CC cream, what they say about it is that it still looks like their skin shining through. Like it evened them out. It kind of, blended out some of their skin tone or made their face look a little bit smoother, but their skin is kind of shining through. So I think that is like a really cool feature of our CC cream, and it is good for all skin types too. Okay, and so we're gonna go ahead and start with that. And foundation in general really like lays down the groundwork for any like color, any makeup that you put on, after that. And so I wanted to let you know starting next Friday, there will be a makeup masterclass. So you'll learn, which foundation type is best suitable for your skin. And then also you'll be able to find like the perfect shade to match your skin. Okay. And so with your CC cream, you can use your hands, or I just squirted a little bit on my liquid blending brush here. And so I'm going to just start by kind of dotting my face, and then I'm going to blend and connect the dots. And I naturally have some like redness in my skin, and so I love how this just completely evens it out and takes that what the redness away. And if the CC cream, when you try it, if it's like this is too thin or too sheer for me and you do prefer more coverage, just know we have a age fighting time wise 3D foundation that has more coverage. We have powders, we have cream to powders, we have a little bit of everything. Got So there is that. Okay. So I want to share with you the palette we're going to be working from for brown eyes today. Okay. There's that. Let me go ahead and pull up on the screen here so you can see it. So, green. Like, I would never personally wear but I tried it for the first time last year and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, so green, I feel like can be an underrated, like, it flies under the radar kind of color. And so I'm really excited to jump into this palette. Like, I really love this green. It's Emerald Noir. So it's this like deep emerald foresty type green. And so I just really think that it's a really beautiful color. And so we are going to go ahead and jump in. And just so you know, the eyeshadows, they're chroma fusion. And basically, what that means is that there's the color holds strong for 12 hours. There's a high impact in the color as well. And it has a life proof formula, which means you're going to be stay looking fresh, through work or workouts or weather or really almost anything on your agenda. And so they just are long lasting eyeshadows. And if you do want to get a little bit more out of them, I would recommend doing like an eye primer underneath, and that will give them even more vibrancy. And closest and truest to color. So application, it's best if you have brushes and it will work out best if you have brushes to kind of blend everything out. Otherwise, you can totally use little applicators. You can use your fingers, and I will show you on both sides with like how to blend with your fingers or with a brush. And so eyeshadow placement is going to be key. Okay. And so I want to just go over these colors really quick. So you'll see the highlight is Biscotti on there, and the highlight shade is the lightest color in a palette, okay? And you're going to use that to brighten your eyes. It's usually going to be right underneath the brow bone or in your inner corners, okay? The second color is going to be the base shade, and that's a mid-tone, okay? And that's going to be on the eyelids. That's going to help blend shades together. And then the third one is a crease shade, and that's the darkest shade. It is usually in the creases, obviously, but you can also use it down by your lash line or the outer corners of your eyes. And that's just going to create more dimension and more depth in your eyes. Okay. And then remember to blend shades seamlessly while maintaining like where the color placement is. And so you do want them to gradually blend together, but you still want to see where the placement is. Okay. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get in there. But brown eyes are just, they're gorgeous. Like makeup can really help you draw attention to your dark eyes and make them appear even larger than they are. And so when applying makeup to brown eyes, there are certain tricks that can like accentuate like your natural beauty, and everything matters when you're applying your makeup and how you do it. Okay. And so to make your eyes more vibrant and to surround it with contrasting shades. Okay. So when you use like an eyeshadow, the opposite or complementary to your eye, that's like a for sure way to make your eyes really like pop out and stand out. Okay. So for brown eyes, the complement to brown is like blue. Okay. So brown eyes will pop when they're paired with shadows like blue undertones or colors that use blue to make them. So blues, greens, purples. Okay. And I will just say that brown is a combination of all primary colors, and that it's the easiest eye color to pair with any shadow. So because brown is like a neutral color, you really can wear any color of eyeshadow. Like brown eyes can have it all. Okay. So go bold. And most people can't pull off, a blue eyeshadows, but brown eyes can, and they are the gorgeous exception to that rule. Okay. So play up your eyes if you have brown eyes. Okay. And so remember, your makeup is an accessory to you. Your clothing is an accessory to you. Your makeup is not an accessory to your clothing. Okay. They both are designed to make you look and feel good. Okay. And so with every eye, you do want to have a highlighter, the midtone, and a contour color or that crease color that I was telling you about. And the use of those is just going to give, like I said, your eyes more depth. It's going to give more shape to your eyelid at the same time. And as I teach you today, I do want you to know that this is just going to be a very basic application technique. And note that, not all eye shapes are the same. So, for example, your eye might be more standard, where mine is like slightly hooded. And so, the way that you apply your makeup will be different than the way that I apply it. Okay. And so if you do want to learn more about that specific technique and application for your specific eye shape, that is something that we will go over in the makeup masterclass that starts on Friday. And then I have just a couple of like useful tips, like like when you're applying makeup. This applies to anyone. With your highlight, when you do any kind of a highlight color, you want to stay close to your skin tone or just one shade lighter. If you get too bright or if it's too dark, you can actually make your brow like look more puffy. It can just be more of a hooded look that way. Nobody wants that. Okay. So just when you're matching like your highlight color, you do want it to be close to your skin tone or one shade lighter. As for shimmers, if it's a high shimmer, if there's lots of shimmer in it, you don't want to put a lot of that in the crease. Okay. So our crease color today does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not, I wouldn't consider it a high shimmer because it's more of a satin shimmer. And so basically what happens though, if you get too much shimmer all up in there, okay, that can age our eyes. Okay. And nobody wants that. But like I said, the shimmer that you're using today in your crease is okay for that. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. Like if you're using, colors that have like a lot of the little glittery, shimmery flecks in it that are like a little bit bigger than the one you'll use today. Just keep note of that. Okay. Let's go ahead and apply. Let me get the next picture up here and I'll show you where we're going to apply it. Let's see here. And let me know if you guys have any questions at all as we're going through. So here's basically what we're going to do. And we'll start with color one, and that's going to go on your entire lid. And I know you see these like little dashed lines and these arrows and everything. And it can be like, that's like a puzzle piece. Like, how do I know where to put it? And I'm going to just share with you, we're going to do a layering technique. And so color one is going to be on your eyelid. Color two is going to go over top of that a little bit right here, and then color three will go up here. So it's like you're layering on top of each other. You're not having to try to place exactly, where it needs to go. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and grab our colors for today. And we are going to start with color one. And this is your base color. Okay. And it is hazelnut today. So this is a great neutral brownie tan kind of color, and you're just going to go over your entire lid with this one. Let me make that a little bit smaller so you can see what I'm doing too. So when you apply it, you don't want to go any like higher than your crease, which is like right between where your brow bone would be and then your eyelid. There's that crease right in the middle. So we're not going to go all the way up. Okay. So literally just your eyelid. Okay. So there is number one. Okay. Number two is going to be the crease color, and we're going to do that really beautiful emerald noir in the crease. Okay. And I'll just say, like, emerald shadow, they complement brown eyes really beautifully, and it brings out, like, even if you have any little hazel flecks, and it's just going to make your eyes sparkle and shine even more. And our hazel girls, the cool thing with you guys, you can either do, like, if you wear more colors that are suitable for brown eyes, your eyes will automatically look a little bit more brown. And if you do it more for like green eyes, then your eyes will look more green. Like, so depending on what eyeshadows you pair, your eyes look a little bit different colors. So that's kind of a cool little thing that you guys have that you're able to do. And the same if you have blue or green eyes. Because I know some people have hazel eyes that are blue green. So, okay. So I have the Emerald Noir. We're going to start right in the crease here, and we're going to go back and forth like a little rainbow windshield wiper, back and forth. okay? And then you're gonna pull down the tail, okay? And so a good rule of thumb is like from your nose to the tip of your brow bone. That is the angle that you want that down tail to be. And it's kind of like an upside down Nike check or like a little C and a V. Okay. And I'm going to leave it, it's kind of graphic right now. Like you can see the placement. I will blend that out and I will show you that of what that looks like. But I want to show you the placement of where it goes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Okay. So you can see where they are. Our last color that we're going to do is our highlight color, and this goes in the corner of your eye and underneath your brow bone. And the color Biscotti, which is a creamy matte color. So we're going to start right there in the corner of your eye and kind of blend it over. And then just a little bit right underneath the brow. Okay, so now for this, we're going to blend it out. Okay, so I have if you have a brush, I'm going to start with that one first, and then I'll show you how to blend with your finger if you don't have a brush. So the brush I have is like a big fluffy one. There's no color, no eyeshadow on it. So I'm literally just going to use it to kind of buff it out. And so I just want you to kind of watch here. So I'm going to start here. I'm just going to kind of go over anywhere there's like you can see like a harsh line, okay? Because you want it to be soft, but again, you don't want all the colors to be like muddied together. You want them to be just blended out. Okay, so I'm just, like I said, there's no shadow or anything on it. So I'm literally just using it to kind of blend it out. And if you want more of a bold look, when you pull that tail down, you could take it more into your eyelid. If you want it to be more kind of like a smoky green eye, you would just take it over a little bit more. Okay, so do you see the difference there? Like super soft, still harsh, right? Okay, so you can keep blending it till your heart's desire. And I will show you, like I have a little bit of fallout down here. We're gonna clean that up, okay? So don't freak out, just get in there and kind of blend it out. Okay, if you don't have a brush, you wanna use your finger. I'm gonna kind of show you the same thing. So you're gonna use a couple of different fingers, but the first one is you're gonna just kind of use and just kind of go over the area. And I'm just gonna pull it into the center of my eye here. And then you can see I have a little bit on my finger. So I'm going to take a different finger that's blank and I'm going to go right over this edge right here just to kind of soften that. And I'm going to take one more and blend right in there because that's also just a little harsh of a line. Okay, so now you can see I use my fingers to blend that one out. So you can totally use your fingers or a brush. It's easier with a brush, but it is doable with your fingers. Okay, so now I am going to do just a tiny bit of cleanup. You can just take a Q-tip if you want. I'm going to use a little bit of makeup remover on the edge of a Q-tip just to clean that up. And I will say, if you get to this point and you're like blended it and you're like, hey, I like want to see more of that green or I want to see more of whatever color, you can go back and apply it just in the areas that you need. So it's kind of like a dance. Like you don't have to get it right the first time. You can kind of keep playing with it until it's the desired look that you want. Okay. All right. So next we are going to do mascara. And so I do have a couple of tips. Let's see my mascara here. Okay. So after opening your mascara, I just want to kind of put this out there. You should be replacing it every 3 to 4 months, just so you it just gets like bacteria gets trapped in there over time. And so if you want to really just maximize the use of your mascara without getting any of those harmful bacteria that kind of build up over time. You'll want to replace it every 3 to 4 months. So I like to do it on the first of each new season. So first day of winter, first day of spring, and so on and so forth. That will allow you to just remember, like, oh, it's time to replace my mascara. The other thing I replace on the each quarter is toothbrush, right? You should also be replacing your toothbrush every quarter. And so I do those the first day of the season. And so it just is a good reminder, so you don't have to think, when was the last time I had that mascara? It's just like, it's the first day of the season. It's time to go get a new one. And there are a variety of mascara options as well. And so I want to just share with you the different ones that we have. And so if you want to expand or extend your lashes, you'll use Lash Intensity Mascara. If you want to kind of have more definition, you'll use Lash Love Mascara. If you want more volume, that will be our Ultimate Mascara. If you want length, that is our Lash Love Lengthening Mascara. And if you want waterproof, it's our Lash Love formula. So it has the definition, but it's waterproof. And you might be thinking, like, hey, I want more than one of those. You can definitely layer your mascaras too, okay? And so I'm going to use our waterproof, and I'm just going to start at the base and kind of zhuzh it up. And I'll tell you, this mascara is going to pull your eye look together, especially if you're not used to wearing like any colors on your eyelid at all. It's going to look better once you do your mascara, okay? And you can do just your top lashes, you can do tops and bottoms. So that is up to you. I'm just going to do a little bit on the bottoms, but I am going to do another coat on the top there. But you can already kind of see the difference of what mascara does to the eye, right? Okay, let me do the other side here. And I will say, you definitely want to do at least 2 coats of mascara. However, just I do 3 or 4. But the more, like, when you do more coats, you make sure that you get all of the lashes completely coated in mascara, but then also the mascara formula will kind of build on to each other, and so it will automatically make your lashes look, more voluminous or longer. Okay, so there's that. Let me go ahead and do another coat. All right, so that's 2 coats. I will stop after 2 coats today, but you can kind of see it's coming together. Okay, just gonna put a little bit more of my CC cream under my eyes where I cleaned that up before. And so one tip, if you do have like fallout a lot when you're doing your eyeshadow, like it's just every time that happens, you could do your eye makeup first before foundation. So you wouldn't have to do this extra step of like adding it back. So just another little tip there. So there's that. Now we're going to go into blush. And so blush, you can use a brush, you can use a cotton ball, cotton round. If you can use your fingers, it'll be the more flawless of a finish brush than cotton ball than fingers. Okay. But so I'm gonna use a brush today, but basically the benefits of our cheek color is that there's little light reflecting pigments in it. And so it's just going to kind of it softens like the look of your skin. That life proof formula is in our cheek colors as well, which means it's long lasting and wear it, like you can wear it all day. Okay. And so application technique, here's another basic application, okay? But 2 fingers away from your nose, start on your cheek color, and you'll work that color back to your hairline, okay? And so that is another thing that you will learn at that makeup masterclass, is how to apply cheek color and highlight and contour to your specific face shape. Okay. So again, my face probably looks different than your face. And the way that we apply makeup, we want it to be specific to our face shape, because that really enhances our best features, your best features, right? And so if you want to learn more about that, that will be in that makeup masterclass. And so, like, have you ever wondered though, like when you apply your makeup, you're just thinking like, it doesn't look like that. Like when you look at a model or somebody else when they do their makeup, it very well could be that it's just because they have a different face shape than you. And so you just need to apply it a little bit different for it to look the same. You know what I'm saying? And so that makeup masterclass, you'll learn that specifically for you and your face shape, which is a great tool to just have in your tool belt. Okay. And so, like I said, today it's kind of a basic application. Stay 2 fingers away from your nose, start on your cheek, work your way back. And the color that you guys are going to be using today is Desert Rose. And so it looks the color that it's described as. And so let me go ahead and pull that little picture off there so you guys can see my face as I apply it. So Desert Rose though is kind of like a rosy brown kind of color. It's really, really pretty and it pairs well with all of the eyeshadow colors. So let me just see here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start. So if I did 2 fingers, I'm going to start right here and work my way back. Okay, and I'm kind of blotting it in. You could also brush it on if you're doing a cotton ball. It'll probably pick up a lot of color, so just kind of dab it with the cotton ball, flip the cotton ball over and blend it with the blank side. Like if you start just rubbing with the cotton ball with all the color, it's going to be a really harsh line, which is okay. But so there's that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. It's always easier to add more than it is to take away. So start small and then you can always keep adding to it, okay? All right, so there's cheeks. It just lifts and gives your face a little bit of life. If you do get if it gets like to be like a harsh line, you can take a blank brush just like how we blended our eyeshadows and you can just brush over it and it will soften any lines too. Okay? Like when in doubt, blend it out. Okay. Next is I think yeah. Okay, let's jump into lips. Okay, so lips. I'm gonna jump into lips. So lipstick we have is our like gel formula. Okay, a couple of benefits. It is long lasting as well. It does not dry out your lips. It is not a lip stain though, and so it will kind of wear off as you're eating and drinking and all of the things, but it is long lasting. And so just kind of know that it's not going to just like you put it on and then it's gone. It will slowly go away as the day goes on, but it is considered a long lasting wearing lipstick. And then there's like this microsphere technology that's in it. And so basically what that means is it like has these little pigments in it that kind of soften it to kind of smooth your lips, and it just gives like that filter effect without having a filter. You know what I mean? And so we're going to go ahead and put that on, and you can either, you can use your finger, you could use a Q-tip for that. And I'll just show you. I'll use my finger, okay, versus like the lipstick. Since that's probably what you'll be doing, just blot it. You can always put what more on it. Okay. The more you apply of this, it will be bolder. The less you apply, it's going to be a little bit more sheer. Okay. So there you can see that the look is coming all together. I do have a couple of other colors that also work if you're like green, just not my thing. Okay, so you can either screenshot this. I will just kind of tell you the different colors that are in them. And remember, just brown eyes, you guys can really wear whatever you want, but here's just 3 examples of 3 different pairings. Okay, so the first one, it has a highlight of Moonstone. That's a really pretty shimmery light shade. There's Frozen Iris, which is this really pretty purple color. And then Dusty Rose is a matte. It's more of a pinky mauve color. And so if you want to stay in that like berry family, that's a really pretty palette for that. The second example is Sandcastle as your highlight. So that's more of a goldy kind of highlight. Okay, it is matte. And then the crease is an evening navy, which is a really dark, like navy blue. Again, like I love that for brown eyes is blue. And then the base is stormy, which is kind of like a grayish color. Okay. And then the last example is it pulls in that emerald noir that we use today. However, it's paired with crystalline, which is another light shimmery color, and then cashmere haze, which is a gray. So you instead of like today we did green with like brown, this one is like green with gray, and so it'll give it more of a cool effect, whereas the brown is more of a warm effect. Okay, and so when you pair it with different things, you have like endless combinations of what you can use for your eyes. And so yeah, so there's that. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all, but we're all done. So now I want you to remember to take your after picture. Okay. So again, get in front of some good light, take some pictures with your eyes open, with your eyes closed. And I will share a survey link that allows you to upload your before and your after picture. Okay. And then also, just so you can keep them on your phone, the next time that you apply your makeup, you can use your after picture as a reference. Like if you just like the technique, whether you use the same colors or not, like the technique that we did today, you can use that again. And I just want to let you know, like I am on a mission to bless 100 women this holiday season with makeup beauty bags. Okay, so who do you know that has blue eyes? Who do you know that has brown eyes like you? Who do you know who has hazel eyes or green eyes? Like, but most importantly, like who do you know that really just deserves some extra pampering and would love some happy mail? Like I would be so honored to just send them a beauty bag in the mail and just pamper them a little bit, and they would do the same experience that you're doing right now. And so who do you know that loves to, plain makeup? So I'll send them a beauty bag in the mail on your behalf. And the other thing that I would love to share with you that I've kind of mentioned throughout today is that there is a free virtual class coming up. It is the Makeup Masterclass. It's an online event designed to teach you specific makeup techniques based on your face shape and your eye shape, so you can learn how to really emphasize your best features and that real values. You're going to feel equipped in your makeup application. Okay. And I'll just tell you, like, recently I read this study from Harvard Medical School that when you wear makeup, it can actually give you more confidence, plus a boost in motivation and productivity. And really, the research is like describing it's how, like, when the way that you feel about yourself, like when and how you carry yourself when you're feeling good about yourself, that is actually affects this like the chemical structure in your brain. And so it's kind of like, when you put on your favorite outfit and you just feel super powerful and you feel confident. And so it's the same thing when you know how to apply your makeup to your face shape. It's going to make you feel powerful, and it's going to make you feel more confident, which is what you want, right? And so if you do want more info on that, just let me know. I can save your seat. It does start next Friday, and we will be going over all the things. It'll be kind of like building your makeup tool belt, if you will. So you can pick out different things and pieces of what really applies to you. So that is it for today. Let me know if you guys have any questions, but it was fun doing a brown eyed look today. So have a great day.